Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Malaika and I am from the Department of BS Chemistry. This course is of Industrial Chemistry and the topic which I am going to present today is nitric acid, its manufacture process and its uses. So what is basically a nitric acid? Nitric acid is a strong monoprotic acid and is almost completely ionized in aqueous solutions. Monoprotic acid is an acid that can donate only one proton. As it is clear from its name, means mono means one and protic means proton. If we see its structure, then the hydrogen attaches itself to an oxygen atom and the other two oxygen atoms attaches off the nitrogen atom with an alternating bond. Nitric acid is a resonance stabilized acid, allowing it to share its electrons among its own bonds. Coming towards its chemical properties, so its molar mass is 63 gram per mole. It is a colorless but industrial nitric acid is yellowish brown due to the presence of dissolved nitrogen. It is a fuming, hygroscopic liquid, the fumes of which give it a choking smell. Hygroscopic means that it can absorb moisture from the atmosphere. It is a strong acid and dissociates very highly and is very corrosive. It is sour in taste due to acidic nature. Its density is 1.513 gram per centimeter cube. Its boiling point is 86 degrees Celsius. When cooled below 0 degrees Celsius, it freezes to a white solid which melts at minus 42 degrees Celsius. It is soluble in all proportions. Now, if we talk about the manufacturing process of nitric acid, so on industrial scale, nitric acid can be prepared by the following methods. There are three methods to prepare nitric acid, but basically, the most common method is the Ostwald process by ammonia. So I have discussed in my presentation only that one topic, but I'll explain the other two precisely. So first process we have Charles Saltpeter's method by NaNO3. Basically this method was used in early days. In this method, nitric acid HNO3 is extracted from child saltpeter. Child saltpeter is a mixture of 35 to 60% NaNO3, some amount of potassium nitrate, and rest is NaCl. So what is the process? That a mixture is heated in a cast iron retort, means it's a type of furnace, and then sodium nitrate and sulfuric acid react to form the vapors of nitric acid. Then the vapors of nitric acid are cooled and condensed and the acid is collected. Second one is Brickland-Ides method. It was developed by Christian Brickland and Sam Ide independently, and this process includes fixing of atmospheric nitrogen into nitric acid. This is basically an inefficient process in terms of energy consumption, so it was replaced by Ostwald's method. Now coming towards the Ostwald's method. The materials we used are ammonia gas, water and oxygen gas, and the catalyst required is platinum. Coming to the details of the process, the first step is primary oxidation in which nitric oxide is formed. So oxidation of ammonia is carried out in a catalyst chamber in which one part of ammonia and 8 parts of oxygen by volume are produced. The temperature of chamber is about 600 degrees Celsius. The chamber contains a platinum gauze which serves as a catalyst. Oxidation of ammonia is basically a reversible and exothermic process. Therefore, according to Le-Chatelier's principle, a decrease in temperature favors reaction in forward direction. As you all know, that according to Le-Chatelier principle, if process is exothermic, then decreasing temperature will increase the formation of the product. So that is why decreasing the temperature will favor the reaction in forward direction. So in primary oxidation, 95% of ammonia is converted to nitric oxide. Second step is secondary oxidation. Nitric oxide gas obtained by the oxidation of ammonia is very hot. So in order to reduce its temperature, it is passed through a heat exchanger where the temperature of nitric oxide is reduced to 150 degrees Celsius. Nitric oxide after cooling is transferred to another oxidizing tower where at about 50 degrees Celsius it is oxidized to nitrogen dioxide. Third step is absorption of nitrogen dioxide and formation of nitric acid. Nitrogen dioxide from secondary oxidation chamber is introduced into a special absorption tower. Now what is absorption tower? Absorption tower is a long vertical column used in industries for absorbing gases. Now here NO2 gas will be passed into the tower from the bottom and the water will be showered over. So by the absorption nitric acid will be obtained. Nitric acid so obtained is very dilute. It is recycled in absorption tower so that more and more nitrogen get absorbed. Nitric acid after recycling becomes 68% concentrated. Now the fourth and last step is concentration. In order to increase the concentration of nitric acid, vapors of nitric acid are passed over concentrated sulfuric acid. Being a dehydrating agent, sulfuric acid absorbs water from nitric acid and concentrated nitric acid is obtained. Now here is basically a schematic diagram which explaining the all process and all the steps. As I have told, in the first step, in the first oxidation chamber, ammonia will be oxidized and nitric oxide will be formed. Then the nitric oxide formed due to its high temperature, it will be passed through a heat exchanger and then its temperature will be reduced. Then it will pass through a second oxidation chamber. Then in the secondary oxidation chamber, a nitric oxide will be oxidized to nitrogen dioxide. Then nitrogen dioxide form will be passed to an absorption tower where it will form nitric acid and then we will have concentrated nitric acid produced. Now we talk about its uses. So nitric acid is commonly used in industry and agriculture. It is highly used in the manufacturing of explosives. It is a component of solid rocket fuels and acts as an oxidizer. It is used as a chemical reagent to identify various other metals. Nitric acid is used in woodworking to age wood. Nitric acid can be used as an inexpensive process to identify and assess the purity of gold, particularly in low-grade alloys. Nitric acid in a solution of alcohol and water can be used to etch metals. Nitric acid is highly used in making fertilizers because it can make plants grow faster. Here we have some daily life use of nitric acid. So it can be used in synthetics of paints. It can be used as a nitrate in calcium, silver and ammonia. It can be used as a fertilizer. In laboratory, it is used as a reagent. It is also used in explosives. It is used to etch metals. It is used to produce coal tar products like perfumes, drugs, and dyes. And it is also in lead chamber process as a for the manufacturing of sulfuric acid, and so on. That's all from my side. Thank you.